led you to give your life to Christ on January 14th?
Yeah, so I was in the back of my parents' church. My parents pastored this small church called God's Way Holiness Fellowship, and I'm on the back row after clubbing all night, and the Holy Spirit literally just, in the sweetest way possible, let me know that I was a sinner and I was disconnected from God. There was no sermon, there was no altar call. This is just me on the back row chilling while the praise team is singing. And so, bro, I was so strongly convicted and I was so acutely aware of what he had just told me. I could feel the disconnect from God. And I literally stood up like I was waiting for, because it's like a Pentecostal church. So it could have been like 3 hours before the sermon, whatever. So I was waiting for some kind of break in the service, and they wind up having testimony service. And I stood up during testimony service and gave my life to Jesus.
So,
And
I'm sorry, I just interrupted you.
no, I was just saying, and I've been with him ever since. Like that was, again, there was no sermon preached, there was no altar call given. I was like, I'm doing this right now.
There's a lesson in there. There's a lesson in there because oftentimes when things happen in our life, we miss the lesson, but you caught it.
For sure. Yeah.
What did you learn from it?
Well, a couple of things is when you hear his voice, you shouldn't hesitate. The second thing is nobody else needs to lead you if you feel led. So, a lot of people would be like, well, I'm gonna wait until, like, I really feel this. I'm gonna wait until the service is over. I can't wait till the sermon is over to get my, nah, man. I felt it. I moved right then and there. And that's the way I've been moving ever since.
That's scary. It's scary. There's a saying that says, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna wait till next week. I'm gonna wait till next month. Or I'm gonna wait till next year to do it. But the perfect time to actually take action is today.
Right now.
It is right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, many of us don't know the importance of taking the action today because we have to have a plan around the action that we're making.
That's what we think yeah. That's what we think we need to have. Yeah. We think we need to have plans around that action. But if we're specifically talking about a faith move, he don't give you no plans. All he gives you is action. Right? And that's from Genesis to Revelation. All you see is people moving by faith because he said so. He didn't let them know what all the plans was. He just told them, I need you to move this way, or I need you to do that. I'm specifically thinking about Joshua chapter number 6. Here's a guy who has to be the successor to an already influential leader, right? So Moses dies. Joshua winds up taking over for Moses. He inherits, a couple of million people to lead, and he's supposed to cross them over into the promised land. And the instruction that he's given is to walk around Jericho 6 days straight and then go home. And on the 7th day, walk around 7 times and then shout. Well, first of all, this is the worst military strategy of all time. like imagine the president of the United States giving orders to all branches of our military and telling them go over to Afghanistan and walk around it for 6 years. Don't shoot. I know Al Qaeda gonna be out and they're gonna be bombs and don't do that. Just walk around for 6 years, and then in the 7th year, go ham. Right? Like he would have got fired as a president. You know what I mean? There's probably been a revolt from all the generals in the military. So a lot of times, guys, action steps sound like the worst plans. But if you just obey, because obedience is better than sacrifice. If you simply obey, what you see on the other side is absolute